Okay, let's see. What do I mean? Jeez. All right. What do I mean? Shit. Okay, well, how's everyone doing this morning? Obviously, I can't really do a mocking of myself from almost 6 months ago, because every time I try to do it, I end up starting to giggle. Hey, good morning, Celeste. Thank you for joining in. And so, do you guys remember this scene from about almost 6 months ago? Hey, Journey. Good morning. Yes, I am on this infamous couch with that infamous burgundy and striped shirt. Yes, here it is, that very shirt where I made that. What do I mean by being? I don't even like to say that. But of course, you're wondering the video title, which is I used to know karate because back in the day, I was in what grade was I in? Second and third grade. I actually took karate. Yes, karate. Hello, everyone. Hello, Lyle. Thank you for all joining in. Yes, I actually used to know a little bit of karate. And this was at the time when my best friend from childhood, he and I both started taking karate. And we took it at what was called the Washington State Karate Association. I don't remember the exact name, but they're still around. And I didn't get very far. I think I made it up to like the orange belt, and I did it for about just a little over a year. Kind of was slow to progress with it, but I do still remember some of the moves. And I'm sure some of you are already getting sick of me sitting on this couch with this red shirt. You're probably thinking, oh no, it's another video where I'm just going to be down in the dumps talking about all the negative things in my life. But no, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself situated. Because like I said, I used to know a little bit of karate. So before I get to that, what muscles are utilized for pull-ups? Your lats, biceps, even a little bit of your lower back, abs, your your trapezius, bunch of different muscle groups. Hey, Carl. All right, so I am going to try to set this down here. And I tried to get my tripod to work, but it's not really, it's one of those things to where I have to read the instructions, and the instruction manual is a joke. So I'm probably going to have to do whatever I do for anything else I'm trying to figure out how to use, and that is YouTube it. So here we go. So first off, yes, back in the day, I was about 9 or 10 years old, and I took karate lessons. Yes, I was so into it at one point that I went to 2 to 3 lessons a day. And it was like, you basically first start off in like this stance. And I think it was called Zankuchidachi. And then you would go like this, and then you would come down, make your fist, and then you would get in a fighting stance. And every time they had us do an exercise, we had to keep a strong stance, and we would have to count from 1 to 10. And I think it was Japanese, so I'm going to try to do it right now. All right, so you guys ready? Ich, ni, san, si, go, rock, shich, hach, ku, ju. I don't even know if that was 10. 1, ni, san, si, go, rock, shich, hach, ku, ju. All right, clear out the plate. All right, overhead press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, just to make sure that if I am going to count in Japanese, I got my count right. So I've got ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. I don't know if that's the correct way to say it, but okay, front kicks now, front kicks. Get in that stance, and ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shi. I'm losing my count. Okay, other direction, okay. It's just easier for me to count to 1 to 10. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. And then you would have to, once you get done with that, you would come back into your position. Whew. Oh wow, I'm already getting out of breath. So, not quite yet. Okay, back to the overhead press. Overhead press in a lunge position. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Now, of course, if someone's going to punch you, you've got to be able to block it. So there's different types of blocks, remember. So if someone's going to give you that jab to the chin or nose, you've got to be ready to block it. So we do some blocking exercises. Ready? Get in that fighting stance. Whew. 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 Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. All right, switch stance. Different kind of block. And then, of course, if someone's going to give you that front kick to the groin or to the knee or to the shin, you got to be able to also block those. So, if I recall, it was something like this. Now switch it up. Okay, do some squat jumps now. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now, you guys remember the Karate Kid? The crane kick? Oh yeah, the good old crane kick. So something like this. I think it was. Okay, never mind the excess noise that you're probably hearing in the background. They are vacuuming the hallway, so let's not get distracted now. So, okay. Okay, two more. Okay. Back in that fighting stance. Side kicks. Boom. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, other direction. Ni, san, shi, go, rock, shit, now it's time what I believe what was called the Roundhouse Kick. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I need to work on my flexibility. Oh, okay. 1, 2, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, those are pretty sloppy. Oh my. Okay, okay. Let's see what else. Okay. Now back to the overhead press. See, when you use muscles they're not used to working out, like what you do in karate, it can be quite a workout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now what I really wanted to learn as a child were some of those like those back behind the, like, I think there's a back kick, yeah, so let's do some back kicks. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As you can see, it's been a while since I've taken karate. So this is, and keep in mind, this is over 35 years ago. Oh, jeez. Boom. I think it's boom. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Yeah, there we go. Come on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jeez. Oh, wow. Oh. Okay. Let's just keep going back to basics here. Good old basics here. Let's go do a little jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, 10. All right. Okay. All right, back to the Zen Kutadachi. Okay. Fighting stance. Okay. Boom. Yeah, there we go. So sequence of moves. Boom. Block. Punch. Here we go. Woo. Woo. Other leg now. Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Boom. Okay, come on. There we go. Step forward. Boom. Boom. Okay. Woo. Say, how long have I been at it? Woo. Oh. So I think that was about 10 minutes there. That was a good solid 10-minute workout. And, oh, yeah. That's a whole lot different than hiking, biking. Oh wow, good old, yeah, the first thing I'm gonna do when I move south, closer to the Seattle area, like the Issaquah, Kirkland area, is I'm gonna look for a martial arts. And it's kind of a tough decision. Do I wanna go for one that's best for self-defense? Do I wanna go for one that's got like all the fancy moves? Or do I wanna go with one that's gonna, I don't know. Then of course you got mixed martial arts. But I think it'd be fun to get good at one particular martial arts and then kind of throw it into the mix. Yeah, Aikido, what's the other one? Muay Thai, Taekwondo, Jiu-Jitsu. So many choices out there. But I really want to be able to learn how to do those like spinning kicks. How do you do like, I don't know, what would those be used for? So say someone, I guess it's like, boo. So how does it work? So is it like, I don't know if you guys have watched Full Metal Jacket. And then the guy tries to mimic the thief's kick, where he just kind of goes like this. Okay, yeah, that would be cool to be able to do a spinning kick. Whew. So I guess this kick would be, say if you got an opponent and you got their head, boom! But you would have to punch, you got their head, boom! Oh yeah, there we go. Ooh, there we go. And another time. So somehow you block their punch, grab their head, boom! Yeah, there we go. Oh wow. And then of course, when I was living in North Carolina, Southern Pines, I took a self-defense class, and I'm wishing I had kept a copy of all the different ways to get out of the 10 basic ballroom brawl moves. So what I mean by the ballroom brawl moves are the front bear hug, back bear hug, full Nelson, half Nelson, chokehold, headlock, chokehold, side headlock, and I think there was a couple others. And one of the ones I used to fear the most growing up, because when I grew up during my grade school years, fighting, most of my classmates, if they ever got into a fight, it was pretty much won by whoever was stronger. It wasn't about skill or speed. It was about who was stronger than the other person. At least that's what people kept telling me. It's like, Donnelly, you've got to get yourself stronger if you're ever going to win a fight. So back in the day, I mean, it was WWE used to be called WWF. And so back in my grade school years, a very common move to pretty much guarantee you winning an after-school fight would be a traditional headlock. They would have you on the ground and just go boom, boom, boom. And you pretty much won the fight because it was the person who was stronger. But some of the moves I really feared the most were the back bear hug and the full Nelson. And then, of course, they also have moves like the Boston Crab, suplex, fireman's carry drop, pile driver, all these other different kinds of moves. Oh, the good old airplane spin. So that brings back a lot of memories. And my childhood friend was a lot stronger than I was. And I used to have a really bad accent. I'm talking a horrible accent. And I still do have an accent, but when it came to pronouncing SH sounding words like shower, Sean, shut, I would, instead of going shh, I would go s. So I would say like shower, I would pronounce it, I'm gonna go take a sour. Or instead of saying shut, I would go set the door. Or like jumping, I would say zump, I'm gonna go off that zump. So one time, my childhood buddy and mine, we were both taking karate, and we got in a big argument. And I just remember one time I went to him, set up, son. And he literally went like this. He went, and when he got to this point, I'm like, I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, son. Because meaning he was getting ready to fight me. I mean, he was, because like I said, I don't know what it was about. I just remember one time really vividly going, set up, son. And that's when he got in this position. Because, yeah, this was like the stance to get ready for a fight. It's like, yeah, I used to have a really bad accent. Oh, wow, I can't believe how much I'm sweating. But you'll notice if you're just joining in, You guys remember this striped shirt from almost 6 months ago? See, Kid P, yeah, you're watching me attempting to have this shirt have a little bit of redemption and maybe a little bit of this couch. Because 6 months ago, this was the very shirt that I was wearing when I made that being, kind of like that being, you know what it is video that I made, where I was kind of like in this sprawled out position, looking, my eyes were like glancing back and forth, and like every other word I was saying was, what not? I feel like there's something wrong with me. What not? I just got to really work on being more funny. What not? Yeah, every time I go skiing, it's just like I can't seem to fit in. What not? You know, you guys get the idea. It was what not, gazing back and forth, sprawled out on this couch, the good old red shirt, the couch. That's a matter of fact. I think it's now time to revisit the couch, because this is going to be, this couch here. Oh yeah, this couch. Oh yeah, the good old couch. Who's not going to miss this couch? Oh yeah. So I was like, but I want to say I had it oriented in a different position. I think it was lined up facing the window. Yeah. So. That video, I was brutally honest in that video. It was one of those kind of spur of the moment, like let my feelings out blog, and so that's why I made that video. No rehearsing, no retakes, because I also find that the more I redo a video or try to redo a retake, I end up like spending sometimes a couple hours just doing like a 5-minute clip. It's like the first time around is the way it is. Just stick with the first time around, be natural. And that's how I find I do my blogging videos the best. That's kind of what I like about doing these live streams, because there's no rehearsing. It's just kind of like spur of the moment, whether I'm feeling, however I'm feeling. So what is the meaning of life? To answer Jiggly Mebob's question, the meaning of life, I feel like the meaning of life really is kind of progressing in our life. From wherever we start, it's all about progressing to a higher self. For instance, and I know that's a very vague answer, but it's all about improving ourselves throughout our lifetime, gaining from our experiences, kind of looking back to our past mistakes, learning from our mistakes, and not repeating the same ones. And if we have repeated the same mistakes, to take that criticism along the way. Sometimes it may be harsh, but looking back at that criticism, and it's kind of working on ways to really progress in life. So meaning of life can obviously have different meanings for different people, but that's what I generally feel the meaning of life. It's all about being progressive, kind of improving on yourself. What would I tell the 18-year-old in me? And then I'll get to Vivek's question. So if I were to tell an 18-year-old, I would tell them, do not wait till you're older. Do not wait till you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s to make those changes. Start now, especially if you're an 18-year-old. You are not even at the base of your prime years yet. You are like entering it. Hey, Vamp Diva, thank you. Vamp Diva, give that channel love. Vamp Diva, thank you. Vamp Diva. So yes, I would tell my 18-year-old version of myself to be realistic. Don't expect yourself to be a superstar athlete, because that was one of the biggest mistakes I made when I was 18. I had this notion I was going to be like a world famous athlete, either through skiing or cycling. And you got to be honest with yourself. It's cool to pursue your dreams, but you got to also kind of face reality and put yourself out there. Don't say to yourself, well, in 5 years I'll start putting myself out there, or in 5 years when I become an elite athlete I'll go back to college. Make those changes now. Now to answer Vivet's question, I think it was Vivet. Yeah. Okay, I see. Vivek. So, how has being on YouTube changed my life in the past year? And I think it has immensely kind of helped me to kind of see where I can improve on in life. It's also kind of helped me to kind of come out of my shell, because the interaction I have with you guys, I kind of do my best to kind of take that vibe with me to the hiking groups I'm with. And yes, I do have a lot more improvement to make when it comes to joining the hiking groups, but that vibe, if I can learn to kind of take that vibe with me to other places I go, I think it helps me a lot. It's also a way for me to get feedback from you guys and what I may be doing wrong. I mean, I mean, there's going to be obviously varying opinions on the advice I get, but it's to kind of look through it and see what makes sense, because what makes sense for others may not make sense for me, and vice versa. So it's pretty much kind of thumbing through all the advice I get and thinking, maybe I am overthinking things too much, or maybe I do need to maybe work on listening to the other person, or just kind of letting things, happen more naturally. And to answer, let's see, I got another question here. Let's see. Oh, I got. So, yeah, that shirt from way back. See, uh, yeah. So yeah, I know this is not everyone's favorite shirt, but I kind of want to wear it just to kind of. It's because remember the last time I wore this that you guys saw me in the video, I was like sprawled out, super depressed. And yes, I'm not gonna wear this in like on any post group outing or anything. I'm just kind of wearing this for fun. So trust me, I'm not gonna go out and wear it in public or anything like that. So don't have to worry about seeing if you ever run into me in public. Chances are you're not gonna be seeing me wear this shirt. And I can see why it is kind of an ugly shirt, because for one, it matches this couch, and in life, you really got to get off the couch. Two, there's just something about stripes that I guess people don't like. It just doesn't look good on men for some reason. So that's the other thing. And three, I think the color. The color is not the most vibrant. It's not a very vibrant color. I think I'd be better off, being in all black. But like I said, everyone's going to have their opinion. Some people like bright colors, some people like dark colors, some people like dull colors, some people like bland. Everyone's got their own taste, because if everyone had the same taste, we would all be wearing the same clothes. So it's kind of good that all of us have different tastes. Yeah, good old black. There's even a song that keeps getting stuck in my head that as far as black. Yeah, so I had a question here from someone here. Yeah, so I kind of missed out the question, but yeah, so I think it was the person I went to Alaska with. Yeah, I mean, it was a complete misunderstanding. Oh, I mean, it was like an like I'm embarrassed. I'm the one that's embarrassed about it. But the big lesson I learned in that incident, by overreacting and kind of just overreacting and not really thinking things through, is I've got to learn to relax. I've got to learn to chill out. I got to learn to take a chill pill for as better lack of terms. I just got to learn to chill out, not freak out, because ghosting. Here's what I thought. I thought ghosting was like, well, when I first heard of the term ghosting, I thought it had something to do with like someone shows up on a date and they don't show up. You show up to a date and your date doesn't show up. So basically you get stood up. That's what I thought ghosting was. Then I kind of, through forums, I figured ghosting was when you just all of a sudden stop communication. Like you're communicating with someone, whether it's just been a couple hours or maybe a day, and then they stop communicating with you. And that's what I thought was ghosting. But I guess it turns out ghosting, some people say you got to wait about a day to 2 days before you can really consider it ghosting. And so I don't want to dwell on this past incident that I went through, but the fact of the matter is, I'm kind of like asking for forgiveness. I was the one in error. I got to own up to my mistakes, and so we're good. We're all good now. We are good. So I just want to, we're good. Things, yep. So we're good. Like I said, we're good. Things are cool. So my apologies to overreacting and coming across as a butthole. But sometimes, we just got to learn to chill out, kind of take stock of the situation, because maybe the person's phone could be malfunctioning, or maybe they were sleeping, or maybe they lost their phone. That could be, if a person loses their phone, of course they're not going to respond to your messages. So many different things can go wrong. So let's see, I got a couple other questions here. Let's see, who else? Dating. Have I started dating? That's a good question. Not online dating. I'm not quite to that point yet, but there is someone I'm interested in the hiking group. And so I'm trying to keep it cool. I've done a few hikes with her already, so I'm trying to keep it cool. But I am definitely interested in someone in the group. And so, yeah, I think I'm just kind of trying to play it cool, because some of the feedback I've gotten from a couple of the other people is like, yeah, she's like, based on like when you showed up to that hike, the way her eyes lit up, she's obviously she's into you. So I just got to kind of play it cool and not become, as some people say, when it comes to dating, you want to be thirsty, but you don't want to be desperate. Be thirsty, but don't be desperate. And so that's kind of where I'm at now. And like I've said, I've said this to some people, I've said this in some comments, but for some reason, I have the feeling September, the month we're in right now, is going to be really interesting. And I mean, super interesting. I don't know what it is, but I really feel like this could be a really interesting month. So that's kind of where I'm at now. And I think it's time to get back off the couch. All right, we ready? See if I can angle this in a better position. All right. After all, the title of the video, I can see if I'm getting any. Yeah, actually, a few people in the hiking group do know about my YouTube channel, and one of them even has their own YouTube channel, and I'm going to inquire about it today. I know he watches my videos. I know a few other people they know about my YouTube channel. Pretty much about half the people that I've hiked with, they know that I'm into my live streaming, video making, so I'm sure more people probably know about my channel than I'm like fully aware of. So back to what I was going to do this morning. Well, actually, I got the good 10 minutes in, but let's kind of refresh everyone who's just joining in. Back in the day, I actually used to take karate, and so this is stuff that I'm trying to remember from over 35 years ago. See, 35, 11, yeah, 30, almost 35, not more than 35 years ago. So here we go. So the basic punch. The body punch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the upper punch there. And then if I count in Japanese, let's see how well I can do this. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. And then switch positions. Body punch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then face punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and then some blocks. Make it. All right. See, I got a big comment here. Let's see what. Woo. Oh, hold on. I'm working really. Okay. I keep getting these. Yeah, so I miss. All right. I'm just gonna. Like I said, what happened a few days back, I'm putting it behind me because it was kind of a mess. There was definitely a little bit of lack of communication, overreacting. So enough said, we're good now. But the person that came with Alaska, we're good with. We're fine. We get along. That's where we're at. We're getting along. Misunderstanding. So let's put that incident behind. Leave it in the past. What I've learned, and once again, what I've learned about myself in that incident is don't overreact. Don't overreact. Communicate and chill out. Those are the 3 big things I learned. 1, don't overreact. 2, communicate and also anticipate there could be communication breaks down, whether it's equipment related. And number 3, chill out. So I think I got those right. Don't overreact, chill out, and communicate, or expect there to be, communication errors along the way. So let's put that incident behind. All right, back to what I was trying to do. All right, we got to start again. Okay. Punches. Ready? I'm going to try to count in Japanese. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. All right. Switch position. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. All right. Front kicks. Boo. Ni, san, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. All right. I gotta be careful I don't kick anything and break my foot. ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hatch, ku, chu, woo. Oh, wow. All right, blocking. Block to a punch. Whew. Boom, yes. Whew. Boom, combinations. Whew. Okay, see, boom, there we go. Boom, there we go. Whew. There we go. Woo! I gotta keep the effort in check, because tomorrow I am doing the Enchantments hike through, a 24-mile hike with almost 5,000 vertical feet of elevation gain. So I've got to really kind of, this is actually my activity for today, because tomorrow I gotta be as fresh as I can. 24 miles, and it's not a very easy trail either. Lots of boulders, lots of roots. And there's even one part of the hike where you climb over 2,200 vertical feet in less than a mile. That is some serious vertical gain. They call it Asgard Pass. Asgard Pass, 2,200 vertical feet. I want to say it's like in 3/4 of a mile. I have never hiked anything that steep and that short of a distance. So that will be the steepest. That's almost like a scramble. I think it's almost like bordering a scramble. So I'm a little bit nervous. And I'm hoping to make a good time up it. I'm going to time myself going up that pass. I'm hoping to break under an hour, but the altitude might get me a little bit, because you are getting close to 8,000 feet elevation. Altitude, it's like 7,800 feet. So we'll see what happens. But I will make sure to get some video, lots of pictures. The Enchantments hike through. So got to make sure I don't do anything silly. Don't make sure I don't pull anything. So I'm just going to kind of cool it down from here. Just kind of keep it nice and cool. Boom. Switch. There we go. Just kind of cooling down a little bit. Because I don't want to risk pulling something. Especially when you're doing stuff that's really dynamic. Almost like ballistic stretching. Because this is kind of like, almost feels like really ballistic. For me, I'm not used to this kind of explosive movement, which is good. It's going to help me increase my running speed, I think. That's another thing about martial arts. I think it will increase my running speed. It will, and cycling, my sprinting speed, to kind of have that ballistic movement, that quickness. And I do think martial arts really works on power. Because I think a lot of times when it comes to martial arts, you're getting a lot of all your power starts from your feet up to your hips, and then your arms. So like if you're throwing a punch, it starts with, you're throwing your whole body into it. Boom, boom, boom. And like I said, it's been a while. It's been over 3 decades since I've taken any karate, but boom. All right. So that's where I'm at now. Oh, wow. Okay, so kind of just do some stretches, kind of just get that stretch going. Kind of cool off. Oh. And when it comes to static stretching, meaning when you hold those stretches for like 15 or 30 seconds, I prefer to do those after I work out, not before. Static stretching should be done after you work out. For stretching, oh! Web Monkey. Yes, you finally caught me live, Web Monkey. Awesome. Give Web Monkey, give him some love. Web Monkey, you're awesome, Web Monkey. That's gonna help a lot. Oh, that's gonna help me a lot. Oh yes. Hey, yeah. Oh wow. Oh, Web Monkey. Woo, Web Monkey. All right. Yeah, you caught me live. Kind of in the midst of a cool down. Kind of going back to the days when I used to take karate back when I was like 10 years old. Yeah. So just kind of like some basic block moves here. The block. I forgot the names of these blocks, but they each had names. That, and I do remember like every time you punch, like whenever you throw a punch, you have to kind of, and then it was like boom. Yeah. Yeah, so that way you punch, and then you immediately kind of cover yourself. Boom, boom, boom. But you got to kind of throw your hip. There was a certain stance. I think it was like certain stance when it came to boom, 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 and then and then there were these things called katas. Kata, it's like a series of moves that you do in karate. And I think you have to like perform it making as little mistakes as possible. So katas would, I can't really do it in here, I don't have enough space, but katas, I remember you kind of start off like this, and then you named the name of the kata. I can't think of, maybe it was Zenkuchidachi, and then block, step forward, punch, then you would step forward again, then you would come around, block, kick, and then boom. So let's see, so like a kata would be something like, okay, so kata, and then step forward, boom, block, another kick, punch, block, kick, and then you would come up to the side, and then boom, and then you would turn. I don't remember to turn it. Yeah, as you can see, it's been a while, because now I'm getting kind of confused, like when I was in the military, of like how you would do like an about face. It's all kind of getting mumble and jumble, but let's do some kind of cooling down. So now what I'm doing would be almost like dynamic stretching. This is some good old dynamic stretching. I'm not really adding any force to these, just kind of dynamic stretching. It's always good to do before a workout. And then it's kind of taking it easy. Oh yeah, that's, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Karate would be so good for flexibility. High knees. This is like another form of dynamic stretching. High knees. Arm swings. Oh, and then arm swings backwards. The butt kickers. That's another form of dynamic stretching. Good old butt kickers. Oh yeah. God, I really want to get back into karate. Yeah, and then so, God, now I'm just kind of making things up. So let's say that I'm walking down the street and I'm about to get mugged by two people, and they come up right at me. I guess I could like grab them and then go. So if two people are coming up at me and they're about to mug me, draw them in, boom. Okay, try that again. Okay, draw them in, boom, boom. Better watch myself now. I'm feeling a little tightness in my legs, so don't want to be experiencing tightness. So let's kind of taper it down a little bit. Taper it down. I'm about to get mugged. Draw them in. Boom. And then in case one gets behind me, boom. Front kick. Block. Punch. Side kick. Okay. Back. Whew. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Thank you for those who with the super chats. Web Monkey. You are awesome, Web Monkey. Yes, you finally caught me live. Oh, wow. Whew. So, let's see. Oh, yeah. But before I forget, yeah. You see this crown here? I've got to make it another 2 weeks. There is less than 2 weeks for someone to attempt to dethrone me from the King of the Pooh. The King of the Pooh for our hiking group, the 40 plus hiking group. And so I'm gonna enjoy it while I've had it, but there is one guy that it might come down to a showdown in the last week. So I got to be ready. I've got to be ready to suffer. I've got to be ready to, as they say in like bike racing, every time you go off the front, you're attacking. That means like you're charging out the front. You're trying to make the other racers catch up to you. You're trying to put them in difficulty. That's what I'm going to have to try to do if it comes down to a showdown. We'll see what happens. I feel pretty good though. I feel really confident that my time will hold up. I'm pretty confident in that, but I've got to be ready. I've got to be ready to really get the hurt on. So that's what this crown's all about, the king of the poo. But regardless, even if I get dethroned, it was nice to be the king of the poo for however long it was. But I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be ready. If there is that showdown, I am going to be ready for it. It is going to be a suffer fest. It is going to hurt. But I got to be ready for it. But like I said, I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with my time. But I would like to beat my own time. I would like to get under a certain time. That would be really good. So, oh yeah, the big day is coming. But I feel pretty good about my time. I'm not too overly concerned, but yep, this is the good old crown for the king of the poo. And actually, that group, it was back in Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo was when I did my first group hike with that group up Pupo Point. And it was like dancing, having fun. It was like basically a party at the top of Pupo Point. So that was the very first group hike I did this year, was Cinco de Mayo. It took me, I helped carry some of the stuff up, so I was a little slower, but I was actually out of shape too. I remember I could hardly, even typically usually I'm in pretty good shape when it comes to carrying weight, but I was hurting that day. It was like the first hike of the year. It wasn't too warm, but I was carrying about 40 pounds or so, 45 pounds. And I was hurting, but I made it to the top. And then from then on, I think I've shown up every Wednesday, all except 1 or 2 Wednesdays. And so now there's only 3 left. 3 Wednesday night group hikes left. Oh, so sad. But hopefully it'll turn into like bowling night or karaoke night. Who knows what will become of it, but there's going to be events happening throughout the fall and winter. So, yep. So that's where it's at right now. So that's good old Pupo Point. Cinco de Mayo was the first group hike I did. And that was about a month, almost a month and a half after I made that video where I was sitting on this couch. Yep, the good old dark, boring, depressing couch. All right, so I'm going to kind of just continue to cool off here. Oh, yeah. Woo, yeah. Woo. And then a couple K, yeah, there we go. As you can see, I'm kind of winding it down. I've got to gear up. I got to get ready for my hike this weekend. So just kind of a couple more. Whew. It's gonna kind of cool off here. Dang, side kicks are hard. They're hard to get high up. They're really not a good old roundhouse. I'm gonna get the round. At least that's what they call it. In the karate I took, they would call this the roundhouse kick, because I guess you're kicking around like if you're kicking around a table. Oh gosh. Oh. Wow. All right. Woo. All right. Oh, I think I'm gonna end it right there. I've figured at about 30 to 40 minutes of a live stream is about my limit to where I can kind of really keep it going, be really vibrant. After that, I just kind of start losing my train of thought, start kind of getting, going from topic to topic overly randomly. So I want to thank you all for joining in on this live stream. Kind of going back to my early days where I was taking karate. I definitely want to get back into martial arts, just trying to figure out which one I want to get into. So many choices out there. So thank you all for joining in on this morning's workout and update and whatever else you guys want to refer to it as. Yes, Web Monkey, thank you. Thank you, Web Monkey. Not Yayo, Who the Dude, Miss Tillian, I think Deb Briggs, Love Your Life with Leanne. Thank you, Leanne. Love you, yes. Thank you, Leanne, for showing up. Morgan Moran. All right, Ellen Oakland. Hey, Ellen. Just gotta just gonna say hello to a few people here. I'm not gonna be able to get to everyone, and once again, thank you to those who gave me the super chats. You guys are awesome. The super chats, super stickers, that's gonna help me out a lot, especially before I start my software development program in less than 2 weeks. I start my software development in less than 2 weeks. So that's gonna kind of, and then of course I'll get some assistance from the VA, got the tuition covered. I get some extra assistance from the VA because I am going through a training program. So I'm looking forward to it. So until then, super chats, super stickers is going to kind of help to get me by, not struggle so much. I mean, I don't want to rely, like I mentioned in my past video, my mom is helping me out a little bit on the premise that I do really good in this program and get myself a good internship leading to a good job. So I don't want to, rely on my mom too much. So thank you all. Thanks to the super chats again. And thank you all. Oh yeah. Cassie, to answer Cassie's question, I'm going for software development. That's what I'm pursuing, software development. Going to learn some Java, HTML, C++, data architecture, designing for a mobile web front end and back end designing. What else? Mobile app programming. Yes. Woo. Right on. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Going to learn all kinds of good old coding skills to really get me those skills and the internship. That's the kicker. Is the program has an internship included with it. Definitely it's going to help me with it. Internships, mandatory internship. There is no way around it. It is mandatory, and many of them are paid. So I'm going to be pretty busy starting in a couple of weeks, but I'll do my best. When I do make videos, I'll do my best to respond to whoever. I'll try to read the comments as I get them. It's going to be hard for me to respond to all the comments, but because I'm going to be busy with school, I'll do my best to read through them. If anyone has any questions, I'll do my best to answer questions. But like I said, I'm going to be super busy, so it's going to be hard for me to respond to every single comment that I get. But just know that my appreciation for you guys will be the same. If not even more, it will be there. It'll still be there. I'll even appreciate you guys even more. And yes, thank you, Cassie. Thank you for being there. If I need any help, I'll be sure to let you know. So I better end it for now. I need to get ready. I need to get my stuff packed up, and I got to meet the people I'm going with in a couple of hours. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll keep you guys updated with an update video of my trip through the enchantments. It is going to be one hell of a fight. I mean, one hell of a hike. All this karate talk and remember I'm talking. It's going to be one hell of a hike. Yeah, it's going to be a hike. I'll make sure to get video because it is, words cannot describe it. From what I've been told, words cannot describe the scenery up there. If you thought what you've seen so far is beautiful, gorgeous, the enchantments, it's a whole another level. It's like, I'm not going to even try to explain it. You guys will see in the video. They'll upload sometime next week, but get ready for it. The enchantments hike through. Oh yeah, Lake Kultchuk Lake, and then we go up Asgard Pass through the core, lots of lakes, back down to the Snoqualmie Lake Trailhead. 24 miles of routes, bouldering. That's going to be an adventure, and I'll make sure to get some video and lots of pictures. So stay tuned for that. Wish me luck through it because it's going to be grueling. And even I'm a little bit nervous. I've got to try, and I'm going to try to make a good time up Asgard Pass. Whoo! I can already feel both the excitement and nervousness. And of course, September, it could be a very interesting month. Very interesting because I've got really strong interest in someone in the group. Now it's just a matter of whether or not they have interest in me. So we'll see what happens. Good old September always seems to live up to its hype because September is typically one of the funnest months of the year for me. Don't know what it is, but yeah, good old September. The end of summer, kind of like, I don't know. It's just it's going to be an interesting month. So thank you all for joining. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of close out, say my final goodbyes, and let me set my camera here. Just kind of do one last little pose for you guys. Oh yeah, woo yeah, And this is how I gotta be when I take on the enchantments, but nice and relaxed. Just kind of nice and relaxed. Just be ready, have fun, soak in the views, and what will be, will be. As a friend told me, That's what they said. Donnelly, what will be, will be. Live in the moment, taking the views, and look to the boss above for guidance. And with that, you guys, thank you all for joining in. I'll see you guys early next week to give you guys an update, and I'll probably upload the video of the enchantments probably sometime middle of next week. So stay tuned for more. Lots more to come. Thank you for joining in. And entonces, cuando me vuelvas acá on YouTube, me dice cómo le fue mi caminando en los enchantments. And so that's Spanish. My Spanish is not very good, but I'm going to work on my Spanish. Necesito practicar mi español. Es muy poco, no es muy bueno. Necesito mucho más practicando. Hasta luego. Hasta luego, amigos. Entonces, se voy, me preparado por los mi caminando este fin de semana. Entonces, hasta luego. Adiós. Adiós, amigos. Adiós.